Hey y'all, how is it going? Happy Monday. Y'all, I am so freaking excited to be here chatting with y'all and crafting with y'all live, y'all. So obviously I am not Crystal. For those who may not know, my name is Michael from over at the Mr. Crafty Pants channel as well as Crafty. And I am filling in for Crystal while she is out there cruising, having an awesome, fun time. Let me just say, I'm so jealous right now. But I'm filling in for her, and we are about to dive into one awesome project that I cannot wait to tell y'all all about. We are sublimating without a printer. Sublimation without a printer. So many of y'all have reached out to me in the past, like, what can I do? I want to sublimate, but I don't have a printer. Y'all, we are answering that question today, and y'all's minds are about to be blown. So first and foremost, be sure that y'all stay tuned until the very end of this episode, of the very end of this live stream, because y'all's minds are going to be so blown. Let me just tell y'all, it's about to get really, really crazy up in here. So let's get crafty. All right, so first thing first, we will need a certain type of material. Since we're not using a sublimation printer, what are we going to be using? We're going to be using a sublimation paint. Y'all, mind blown, sublimation paint. This is from a company called Artistry. So as you can see right up here on this little side camera, let's see if we can click over there. And boom, y'all, this is from Artistry, Artesprix. Not sponsored, but y'all, this stuff is amazing. I've been playing around with this, and again, y'all's minds are about to be blown. So what we're going to be doing is a really cool tie-dye-esque, tie-dye-ish t-shirt with this, as well as a file from designbundles.net. So we'll be using this. We'll actually be using our hands for part of this project. I know, sounds crazy, but we're going to do it. And for another part of this project, because it's kind of like a two-in-one project, another part of the project, we're basically going to be making our very own Cricut infusible ink of sorts. I'll explain more once we get to that, but again, it's gonna be so cool. So let's hop over here to Cricut Design Space right here, and here is the file that we're using from designbundles.net. Now, this is going to be linked for you all down in that description box below, so be sure to check that out. It should also be in the comments, and as well as Agata and Brittany, and then we'll be dropping that in the live chat for you all as well in case you're interested. This is going to be so freaking cool. And by the way, y'all, let me just throw this out here real quick. We are doing a giveaway. A giveaway is happening. So be sure to be commenting. Be sure with hashtag love. Hashtag love, because y'all, we need all the love that we can get in the world, right? So hashtag LOVE, hashtag love. So be sure to be dropping that down in the comment section below. So let's go ahead, hop back over here to Cricut Design Space. This is straight in from Design Bundles. This is around 10.5 inches wide. And y'all, it's going to be so cool. So we're going to do our own little spin on this, but we are going to be doing this a little bit differently. Instead of cutting out individual layers for each of these colors, what we'll be doing is making our own, well, Cricut infusible ink. It's y'all are not ready for this. Okay. Let me just say that. So what we're going to do first and foremost is basically make all of this one single solid layer. So we'll come down here towards the bottom right, click on weld, and that's going to take that all into one single color. So there is that right there. We don't really need to do much. Let's go ahead and come up here towards the top right and click on make it. All right. So again, we don't really need to do much here, but what I am going to do though is go ahead and get our Cricut infusible ink ready. It's not really Cricut infusible ink. We're making our own version with this Artistry paint. So let me show you how real quick what I'm doing. I'm grabbing some sublimation paper from StarCraft, the StarCraft sublimation paper, this stuff right here. And I'm also going to throw on some gloves because, well, we're about to get crafty around here. So let me throw some of these on real quick. And we're going to do this really cool process on this paper. And I don't know, y'all, let me know if y'all have any questions or anything like that. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Love seeing the comments coming through. Be sure if y'all have any questions, leave the comments below. Leave your questions below because we will be doing a Q&A here shortly after this project. So here is the paper right over here. If we could look over here to this little side angle. And I'm going to be using this little artistry paint. I'm going to just dump some out right over here. Let's basically hold on 1 second. Let me grab something for y'all real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, so just because I want to make it easier for y'all to see, here is a mat right here, just to have a little bit of contrast going on. All right, so that's a little bit easier to see, right? We'll roll with that. All right, so here is the artistry paint. And I'm basically going to go in here and just kind of pour out a little bit onto this paper like so. So there's the blue. And this does come in a red, a yellow, a blue, and there's also a black, and there's even a white. Now, the white is not a sublimation paint, but you can actually use that white paint to actually mix in as a medium to lighten up colors, or you can actually artistry.com, they actually have all of these different shades of this, so basically formulas to play around with to make your own little color combinations. It's so cool. But what I'm doing is going in here and just kind of basically laying in these colors like so, right here at the edge of the paper. And I'm overlapping some of these just a little bit because what we're going to be doing is actually mixing the colors in together to have like a really cool gradient effect. It's going to be so freaking cool. So let's got that right there. I'm also going to over here at the end do in, let's see, a little blue and a little red to make our own like purple. So there is that. Oh, this is gonna be so cool, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. Let me know if y'all are excited about this. Be sure to stamp that like button. If you're watching this live, be sure to share this with your crafty friends. Leave a comment down below. And hey, if you're not catching the live stream, be sure to leave a comment down below, just letting us know that you're part of the replay squad. But here is just like a normal little squeegee, this little tool right here. And what I'm going to do is basically go in here and just scrape this downwards like so, because this is going to be like what we're going to be using to cut everything out on our Cricut. All right, so there is that right there. Isn't that so freaking cool, y'all? And I just made a mess, but that's all right. I just put my fingers in the sublimation paint, but I still have a little bit of the sublimation paint here on the squeegee. So what I'm going to do is kind of go back in here, offset it just a little bit, and bring it right back down like so. All right, so how freaking cool is that? I'm going to grab a little paper towel. Oh, thanks so much, Don. Don said, do not forget to give a thumbs up, y'all. Share that love. Hashtag love. Share all of that hashtag love by hitting that like button. So I'm going in here, just wiping off this little squeegee tool. And we're going to go back in here and scrape this back down. All right, so here we go. Y'all, how freaking cool. So there again, there's some back still left on there. I'm going to go back in here, scrape that back down again. Going to go in here, wipe off the excess on my little squeegee tool, and then go back in here and scrape down again. All right, so there's a little bit of a mixture of that red and the blue, but since I'm really wanting to get a really good mixture with the red and blue, I'm going to go back in here the opposite direction and squeegee right back up like so, and maybe even kind of go in here and mess around with this like so, because this is going to be so freaking cool. And once y'all see this actually sublimated onto a shirt, again, y'all's minds are going to be blown. It's so, so, so good. And you know what? You can even go in here and add a little bit more of a mixture if you wanted to with some of these colors. Just play around with it. Have some fun. So what thing I'm going to do is actually go in here and add a little bit more of a yellow right down here, because I'm wanting it to kind of mix with this blue and create like a green. So let's do that real quick. Maybe even add in a little bit more over here for more of an orange color. So something like that. And let me know, have y'all ever seen anything like this? Is this something that y'all would be interested in doing? Let me know if it's something that y'all would want to do at home or not. Personally, I am here for it, and I am so, so, so obsessed. All right, I'm living for this. This is going to be so cool. So what we're going to do is now let this completely dry, and we'll then be cutting it out onto the Cricut. Now, to actually help things dry, we can actually switch back over here to the main camera. To help it dry, what I'm going to do is go in here and turn on my heat press. I'm going to get my heat press warmed up. But while my heat press is warming up, I wanted to also actually be drying this. We're helping this piece of paper dry a little bit. So here is this right here. It looks like a little bit of a hot mess, but once it's actually cut out, y'all, it's going to be so cool. So let's do that real quick. Let me pull over my heat press. I am using the StarCraft heat press, the little craft heat press, the 12 by 15. So let's turn this little guy on. I am preheating this to 400 degrees, and the time will be set for 60 seconds. But while it's heating up, I'm going to have this on here drying up a little bit. All right, so basically it's just going to stick right in there, and then set this back over to the side. All right, so now as far as the rest of the shirt is concerned, right, we have what's going to be like the actual design, the Be Kind design for the main section of the shirt. But what about the rest of it? Because y'all, if y'all know me from over at the Mr. Crafty Paints channel or the Crafty channel, y'all know I'm extra, okay? Y'all know I'm extra, and I have to take things up a notch, right? Like it's just who I am. It's just part of who I am, and I'm all about that. So love me or hate me, it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is actually go in here and create like a tie-dye effect, and using our hands, I'm going to do all this. So this is going to be so much fun. Let me put my glove back on. And what I'll actually be doing is layering gloves. So I'm actually going to have one glove for each of the colors that I'm doing. So let's go in here. I'm going to layer these on real quick. And Kristen says this looks neat. I'm so excited for it, Kristen. I think y'all are going to love this too. Like once y'all see how this all turns out, so freaking cool. Like I'm so here for it. Because like so many people don't have access to a sublimation printer, and they want to mess around with sublimation. They want to have some fun, right? And with Cricut Infusible ink, you are pretty limited. But with this, it opens up so many doors that we didn't really have beforehand. And I'm all about things that are innovative, and this is so freaking innovative, so freaking cool, and it hasn't been done before, to my knowledge anyway. So I'm here for it. So this again is from Artistry. After this live stream, everything will be updated. All the links and everything will be updated down in that description box below. So you can always come back and check that out as well. Bizzle's mom says that my grandsons will love this. Heck yeah. It's going to be so cool. You could do any kind of color combination that you want to with this, which is, I mean, I love customization. All right, so here is a little paint. What is this called? I don't know what this is called. Little thing to mix up your paints. Paint palette? A paint palette. There we go. All right. All right, so let me grab the paints again real quick. And I'm just going to go ahead and let's go in here and just kind of mix things up a little bit. Put in here some yellow. Let me also do another one. Well, yeah, so we'll just leave one with just the yellow. I'm going to put one with a little bit of blue mixed in with that yellow. And we're going to make a green color with that. And then I'll put blue in a secondary one for some purple. Actually, you know what? I am going to go ahead and do an orange as well. Why not? Let's go put yellow into a secondary one. And then I'm going to add the red to this blue over here and to that yellow so that we can make some orange, purple, and green out of this. And then for the rest of the colors, I'll just add straight on to all of that. So let me go in here, grab a little stir stick. I'm making a mess, but that's completely and totally on brand for me. So I'm going in here and just kind of mix all this up real quick. Now, I will also say this, like this red color, it does come out as more of like a magenta color. So just to let y'all know, I'm game for that. I'm totally fine with that. I like that. But I mean, just to let y'all know in case y'all don't. And I think that you might even be able to add, I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried this yet, but I almost wonder if you could add a little bit of their black sublimation paint in with that red to make it more of like a darker red. I'm curious. I'm not entirely sure. All right, so here is this purple that's being mixed up right here. I want to add in a little bit more blue, I think, to that. There we go. Add a little bit more blue, make more of a purple color. Lori, you're not late. You are right on time. Lori said, oh my gosh, I'm late. You're not late. You're right on time. We're getting into all this. It's going to be so much fun. By the way, again, if you're watching this, be sure to stamp that like button. Be sure to share this with your crafty friends on Facebook. And also, be sure to leave some comments down below as well. Join us in the live chat because we're giving away some really cool stuff. Be sure to use the hashtag love in the comments to be entered to win. All right, so I think we're gonna need a little bit more yellow in here to make this green. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. So let's add in a little bit more yellow. And you also have to remember that how these colors look right here, like in this little paint palette, is not an accurate representation of how they're actually going to look once we're all said and done. Sublimation ink in general, in this case, sublimation paint in general, is actually going to be more activated and actually become its true color once it's in contact with that heat. So just keep that in mind. All right, so it will take, I'm sure, a little bit getting used to, like, to know, okay, this color, like the color that I want it to come out looking like, I need it to actually look like this certain shade once it's mixed together. Because I mean, it's two completely different colors when it's all said and done. All right, so I'm going to roll with that for the green right there. Oh, I'm seeing all the hashtag loves come in. Yes, be sure to get that in because y'all know I love a giveaway. I'm all about giving stuff away. So, and when Design Bundles is like, hey, we can give something away, I'm like, heck yeah, let's do that. Let's give things away. All right, let's mix this in. You never want to miss out on a giveaway. I'm just saying. All right, so I'm mixing in that red and that yellow. And I'm going to need a little bit more yellow in that as well to get a little bit more of an orangey color. All right, so there is that. Don, I agree. Fun colors. Yes. It's got to be fun, you know? You got to have fun with all of it. All right, so that is going to be pretty good right there. Now, what we're going to be doing is applying this down among with the other colors as well to my gloves. Actually, you know what? I keep hopping back around like what I'm wanting to do. Let me go ahead and just put these other colors straight into the little paint palette as well. So there's the yellow. Here's the blue. And here's the red. All right. There we go with that. And let me grab a little wet wipe. Boom. All right. So who's excited to see how this is going to be applied down to the shirt? Because I know that I sure as heck am. Like, this is going to be so cool. Like, again, this is something that y'all could honestly do with your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews. I mean, you could really use it for so many different things. But I mean, imagine like letting a kid in your life put their handprints on something and sublimate it to make something that's going to last absolutely forever. It could be a t-shirt, it could be ornaments, it could be a little plaque, it could be so many different things. But what we're doing today is making more of like a tie-dye effect. So to do this, let me grab a little paintbrush like so. And what I'm going to do is go in here with all these gloves, and I'm going to just paint on this paint onto my glove, and then we're going to go in here and just kind of grab at the shirt. So let's start with the red. Okay. So I'm going to take that, brush it straight onto the glove. Pretty thin layer overall. And you have to work a little quick because this can dry pretty fast. So there's that. Let me go in here, and we're going to leave the center area of the shirt that we'll be applying our design down to. We're going to leave that kind of open. I'm going to go in here and just kind of grab at the shirt like so. Grab it a couple different places. Just like that. And if we want a little bit more of like a vibrant look to it, go back in here, do another really quick layer on. Just something like that right there. And then go back in here and lay this down wherever we want it to be. So something like that right there. And something like this over here as well. All right, so how cool is that looking already? Right now, it looks like you may have had an accident, you know? It may look more like a Halloween shirt at this point, but I promise, just stick with me. All right, you can even go in here and just kind of like lay down your hands like so, just kind of scrunch it up. And then the beauty of the whole glove, like the layered glove system, is that you can kind of just peel it off and then apply the next color down to the next glove. All right, so let me see here. Let me grab another brush. I'm gonna go in here, and this time let's go in here and just do the red, or the blue rather, which might be a little hard to see on a blue glove, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this. There's that. And again, if you have any questions, be sure to let us know, and I will be going through and doing a little Q&A here after a little while. All right, so let's go in here, just kind of scrunch this up wherever needed. How cool. I mean, even like this, the red and blue is a perfect little combo for, you know, anything patriotic, like, you know, 4th of July coming up as well. For those of y'all who are in the US, go back in here, add a little bit more. But I mean, again, you can kind of customize the colors to fit whatever theme that you all want, which I'm excited about personally. All right, so there is that. What are y'all thinking so far? Let me know y'all's thoughts so far. Are y'all worried? Are you a little concerned about how this may come out looking? Stick with me. I promise it's going to look so cool. So let's go ahead and peel off this glove. And then let's go in for our next color. Let's do some green. Okay. So take the green and just brush it on. And y'all's minds are also about to be blown about how vibrant this is. So freaking cool. So gorgeous. Like it's going to blow y'all's mind. Like I was shook. I got home. We had like a little trip, little mini vacay for Morgan's birthday. We got home late Saturday night, and this was waiting on us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I cannot wait. And I spent all day yesterday kind of playing around with this, trying to get everything like good and make sure I like knew how to work it. And I was like so obsessed from the get-go with all of it. It was so good. And I'm like, everybody, y'all are going to love this. Like I just knew that y'all were going to absolutely love this. Also, be sure to check out Crystal's video. She just released a video on this as well on the Design Bundles channel. So be sure to check that out. All right, let's do a little bit more green. Maybe up here at the top, just a pinch. And you can really grab up as much or as little of this as you want to. You can just use your fingertips, grab like little areas, or you can kind of do like a full like hand grab if you wanted to. If you're wanting to go for like the more tie-dye look. Now, let me also say this. If we can switch back over to the main camera, I could also say this real quick, that it is important to know that when you're applying this down straight to the garment, something like directly on hit like this, keep in mind that the sublimation paint is more likely to actually bleed, okay? And I did confirm this with Artistry themselves. I was talking to them today. Shout out to Ashley. Huge help. But I was confirming this with them today, that applying down this paint directly to a shirt like this may cause it to bleed a little bit more, right? However, for the look that we're going for today with all this, that's what I want. I mean, you do you, boo. Whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles y'all's pickle, go for it, all right? Like, I'm going to fully support y'all on whatever look y'all want, but for me, I'm like a tie-dye effect, tie-dye-ish effect. I'm like, we need to have a little bit of a bleed in there, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm completely okay with that. But if you are wanting something more crisp and clean, then definitely apply the paint down to like a paper, like right here. Like this is fully dry now. Apply it down to something like that first, and then apply it to your blank. So just a little public service announcement, a little PSA to put out there. But we can go ahead and put back over here, and we can go on to the next one, which I'm so excited about. Lisa, welcome. All right, so Nancy says bleed. Oh dear. It's just like a little bit of a bleed from applying it directly to the garment. It's honestly, it's not bad. So All right, let's flip back over to the little side camera here. And then let me go in here and apply some yellow down to the glove. Just like so. I mean, y'all, like, isn't this fun? Like, am I just crazy, or like this is just like a ton of fun? I mean, come on. I mean, anything to kind of throw you back to being like a kid sometimes is, I mean, sometimes totally needed. So for this, I'm going to go in here and just like with my fingertips, kind of just like do little pinches here and there. And then maybe, I don't know, somewhere down here towards the bottom, maybe we'll just kind of do like a full hand grab and just kind of scrunch it wherever. And that's the thing, is like there's literally no rules to this. There's no right or wrong or anything like that. You can really just kind of do whatever you want to. All right, one more color. We'll be doing the purple. Actually, I think we have two more colors. I might go in here with the orange as well. So we'll go in here with the purple, mix that up, brush that on the glove. And this stuff, again, it dries pretty quickly. I am going to set this under the heat press, like not with the heat press closed or anything. The heat press will not be closed. It'll be open, but just to kind of let it dry a little bit. But again, like just touching this, it feels most of the way dry already. All right, let's go in here, just kind of scrunch this up, get some color, a little bit of rainbow tie-dye-ish effect, like so. Oh, I'm here for it. Let me know if y'all are excited to see how this turns out. Let me see if y'all are excited about this, how it's going to turn out. And then let me find one more glove. And then we'll do the orange as well. All right, here we go. Love the idea of a crafty. Are y'all talking about the crafty cruise again? Y'all, we got to make it happen at this point. At this point, we got to make it happen. Y'all are obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. Let's do it. Can y'all imagine how much fun that would be? Seriously. How freaking fun would a crafty cruise be? All right, so there's that. And then let's just go in here, pinch here and there. And I think we're done. I mean, I think we're done. Let me know what y'all think. All right, so let's roll with this, and let's see. Let me move this out of the way. And if we want to switch back to the main camera, I'll show y'all what I'm doing. We'll move my heat press over here. It's a little swing away, and basically I'm just going to go in here, throw this down here onto the heat press itself. And then just like let the heat press itself kind of just hover out over top of it without closing it. I'll kind of move it around here and there a little bit as everything cuts out. But here is our paper that we painted down with this like a little bit of a gradient effect. And from there, move that out of the way. What we're going to do is apply this down. And I made a little bit mess because, I mean, y'all know I'm messy. And that's all right. But I'm going to take this, apply this down face first onto the cutting mat. So if we could flick back over here. And I'm basically just applying this face first down on here. Again, pay no attention to the back side of this. I just got a little messy, flinging paint all around. But there is that. And let me switch over here to my Cricut Design Space screen. And for this, I do want to make sure I cut this right side facing up. So like they're correct. I don't want to mirror this or anything like that, but we can kind of move this down and around. And taking a look at my actual, let's see, taking a look at my actual mat right here. I know that this paper only comes over here to like to the 11-inch mark. So knowing that, I want to come over here and make sure that this doesn't actually extend out past that 11-inch mark over here. So just kind of keep those things in mind like so. And somewhere right around there should be good for the cut. And we'll click on continue. And then while that loads, I'm also going to point out that this right here is a 125 GSM sublimation paper, 125 GSM. So knowing that, I'm going to come over here to Cricut Design Space, click on Browse All Materials, and then just type in here paper. And then I'll come down here to wherever it says 120 GSM. Click on that because that's the closest thing. And honestly, it'll get the job done. I'll click on done. And then we'll go ahead and cut this out onto our cutting machine, or with our cutting machine. So let's go ahead and load this in. Again, y'all's minds are going to be blown. Be sure to share this with your crafty friends. Be sure to be commenting with the hashtag love for your chance to win. And also be sure that you stay tuned until the end of this live stream, because first off, you definitely want to make sure you see how this all turns out. And secondly, well, you also want to be sure that you can actually, win. You want to know if you win, right? So we'll be drawing that winner at random. I'm just kind of moving my shirt around on the heat press a little bit just to make sure that that all gets nice and evenly under that heat. And then let's go ahead and get that started cutting. The mess on that shirt gives me anxiety, Rachel says. Rachel, it's just a tie-dye effect. If you want to do it this way, go for it. If you don't. Nobody's forcing you to. So basically, it's completely up to you on however you want to go about doing it. We're doing more of like basically more of a clean cut style, with it actually being cut out over here with the Cricut. Over here, we're going like a hot mess express kind of moment with it. I personally love it, but if you don't, then don't worry about it. I love how you do your training and explain everything. Thanks so much, Sherry. I'm so glad you like it. Tammy says, Crafty Cruise, super fun. Alfred says, love this, is the best and awesome. I can't wait to get these links. These inks, sorry. Yeah, for real. It's so good. I got mine from artistry.com. It's just, they're amazing to work with. So much fun. All right, so let's flip back over here to this little side camera angle if we can, please. And basically, what I'm wanting to do is go in here and kind of weed this out, for lack of a better word. I want to go in here and just kind of remove everything that's not part of our design. And as you can see, it's all being like staying here on the mat, which is actually exactly what I'm wanting it to do. Because the way I'm going to go in here and pick this up is going to make everything so much easier. All right, let's see here. There we go. And yes, we can save this for future use as well. And then let me go in here, get a little weeding tool, and pick out the little pieces in here. There we go. All right, so as you can see, here is basically everything that's cut out like so onto our sublimation paper with our design. Now, you could actually use a heat transfer mask to go in here and kind of pick this up. I'm not, however, I actually have a piece of just leftover carrier sheet from just like a normal HTV. And instead of throwing it away, all I did was go in here and just keep it. And basically, I'm going to take this, just recycling the carrier sheet, that's all. Go in here, lay this down on top of that design. Grab a little squeegee tool, burnish down over top of that, and then flip the mat over and peel that away from that mat. All right, so there we go, like so. All right, so you can also notice that there is a tiny little mistake on my end. Okay, so apparently I didn't get all of this over here, all this little D over here painted, but you know what? That's all right. Learn from my mistake. Make sure you get all your sheet painted before you go about cutting it. So I'm going to take this and apply it down to our shirt, and basically it's all going to be just super cool. But before we do that, let's go in here and start pressing all of this onto our shirt first. All right, so this is been under the heat or under the heat from the heat press, we are going to go in here and start pressing it. We're actually going to start sublimating it. And I've already done 2 shirts with this now. I've done wash test, and y'all, it's just the way it comes out looking so vibrant and bold and beautiful. And like the way it holds up so far is just so nice. So let's go ahead, bring this over like so. And I'm also going to grab some butcher paper. And I'm going to grab a piece of butcher paper for the little bottom of the heat press. And I'm going to just lay this out like so. And then put another piece on top. And we're going to go through here and just start like pressing this for 60 seconds each time. So there's that. And let's see here. Love this, is the best and awesome. Can't wait to get these inks, says Alfred. Also, like, if y'all have any questions, be sure to go ahead and drop those. I'll be able to see it. Let's see. Trisha says, can't wait to see this. What if you have a big heat press? I only have a Cricut one. Or what if you don't have a big heat press? I only have a Cricut one, says Kim. Well, Kim, listen, I have done this with a Cricut Easy Press as well. I actually did the Cricut Easy Press version yesterday. Worked out perfectly well. Don't even worry about that. Trust me, you'll be fine. I want to try a shower curtain, Donna says. Donna, that is a freaking amazing idea. Please let us know. If you do this, be sure to tag Design Bundles. Be sure to tag me in like those posts, like in the Design Bundles group or in my group or wherever, because we want to see that if you end up doing that. That'd be so cool. All right. Will the paint bleed through to the back? In this case, I wanted to. If you don't want it to bleed through the back, which is something I was going to actually cover here shortly, go in there and put cardstock in between the layers, right? For this, I want this to be like a full-blown shirt. Could you take the sub ink to do splattering, etc.? Absolutely. You could absolutely do that. Y'all, look how vibrant and bold that is just already. Like, that's insane. Like, that's insane. Like, this stuff is so good. So good. All right. Like, y'all know I get so excited over this kind of stuff. It's so much fun. And anything that's new and innovative in this industry, heck, sign me up. Sign me up 3 times over. I don't care. I want to see it all. All right, let's go ahead and cover this back up. We'll just do another press on all of that. Is this being used on a polyester shirt? Gail wants to know. Yes, Gail, this is a polyester shirt. Actually, truth be told, this is actually being done on a Cricut Infeasible Ink t-shirt. There's nothing special about the Cricut Infeasible Ink t-shirts. It's just a t-shirt with a high polyester count. So that's all there is to that. You could do this on any polyester shirt or a shirt that has a higher polyester count to it. With that being said, you could also do something like, like a 65% cotton, 35% polyester, something like that would work just as fine as well and look beautiful. It's just more of like a vintage or a little bit more of a faded look. The lower the polyester count, really, like, just the lower the polyester count, just like it's not as vibrant, I should say. All right. So Artist Bree says, hey everyone. Hey Artist Bree. Was y'all's ears burning? Did y'all know what we were doing? Did y'all know that we were talking about y'all? Oh my gosh. All right. So let's go ahead and move this over and just keep on moving. Oh my gosh. Rachel says this is silk screening and sublimation combined. Silk-amation. Rachel, I'm obsessed with that. That is such a great name. Oh, it's so cool. All right, so we're just going to keep on going with all this. What kind of paper did you use? Priscilla wants to know. Priscilla, I use this right here, the StarCraft sublimation paper. I'm basically obsessed with the StarCraft inks, like the sublimation inks and the StarCraft paper, both really high quality sublimation materials. But for this, I'm actually using the Artist Bree sublimation paint, which to my knowledge, maybe Artist Bree can confirm this. I think it's the first on the market that's anything like that. So there's that. And I'm using that with the sublimation paper from StarCraft. It is only for t-shirts. Can use it on other items. You can absolutely use it on other items. You could actually take this, like we have this paper that I painted on. You could take this and apply it to nearly anything, which is so much fun. And actually, if Morgan is watching, maybe Morgan can run me down one of the coasters that Artistry that came in from Artistry, because maybe I can show y'all how to do that on a coaster here in a second as well. We'll cross our fingers and hope and pray that Morgan's watching and listening. All right, so let's go ahead and lay this out. We'll do like the lower half of the shirt. I'm already obsessed with how this like is all coming together. Michael, how much of the bottle of paints did you use for all this? Not much, Vicky. A little bit goes a very long way. Like, not much at all. Seriously. It's like, I was honestly shook because yesterday I was playing around and testing out. I dumped out way too much because I thought I was going to need a lot more than I did. And I quickly realized that, heck no, a little bit does go a very, very, very long way. And I try to scrape all that excess back into the bottle as soon as I possibly could. I think I think it's a pretty good deal for especially what you're able to do with it, because this is not like this is not an acrylic paint from Walmart. This is not a 48-cent apple barrel paint. This is honestly a really high quality sublimation paint. So cool. So cool. Morgan heard my pleas and my cries, and here he came. So I will, if y'all want to see it, let me know. Do y'all want to see it? Do y'all want to see me actually press some of this onto this? Because I'll do it if y'all want me to. Can that paper be used on tumblers? Absolutely. Absolutely. What are your thoughts on the polyester spray? Does it really work on cotton shirts? I'm just getting started in sublimation. I have been testing that out, the polyester spray. And I do have some thoughts on it, and I do plan on doing a video on that soon.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Y'all, my watch is possessed. Did y'all just hear that? Not today, Satan. Not today. Nope. How in the world did they just... Nope. Listen, my lights have already been flickering around here. I'm like, it feels like a haunted house going on up in here. Not today, Satan. No. Okay, so can you use laser printer paper? I believe you can. Maybe that's something that Artistry can confirm or deny. But y'all, again, use #glove if y'all want to be entered into a chance to win. Like, y'all want to win, right? Be sure to let us know, because we want to give something away to y'all. We want to give you something, so let us try and give you something, okay? All right, let me see here real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh, 1 second. There we go. All right. We are almost done sublimating this shirt for the most part with our little Hot Mess Express tie-dye-esque kind of vibe that we're shooting for. It's not exactly tie-dye, but it's close. It's kind of like a tie-dye vibe, which I'm here for. And we will be giving away the Be Kind SVG, the same SVG that I'm using for this project. We'll be giving that away. How much fun is that? All right, so let's go in here, because this is now all pressed down onto the shirt. We can flip over to this little side angle if we can, please. Please and thank you. All right, so let's see. We can flip over to this side angle. There we go. Oh, there we go. Awesome. All right, so y'all can already see how like vibrant and bold this is. And basically, I'm going to go in here and just kind of place this wherever I want it to be on here. Now, I did maybe go a little bit too crazy with the sublimation ink on the sides. But again, I think it's going to overall be super cool. I'm just placing this right over here. You should still be able to see everything once it's all said and done. All right, so I'm liking that. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's going to turn out okay? Let me know. I mean, y'all know what I always say. I say, whatever floats y'all's boat, whatever tickles y'all's pickle. All right. Ultimately, that's what you have to do, right? Like, go with whatever floats your boat and tickles your pickle. That's what I'm doing today. I love this. I think it's cool. But again, do whatever's gonna make you happy. All right. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way, and I'm gonna place this back up here and onto the heat press with our little Be Kind design now on there. All right, I am going to go back in here, covering this back up with a butcher paper. And by the way, I am using the same sheet of butcher paper because, again, I'm wanting to create that tie-dye effect. And, you know, the ink is transferred up on here. And every time I press it, it kind of like moves a little bit, and it just kind of creates like the look that I'm wanting. Again, it all comes down to whatever the look is that you want. All right, let's go ahead and press this in. We'll do one more press at 60 seconds. CJ Joy says, however it turns out is how it was meant to be. Truer words have never been said. I like it. All right, so looks awesome. Love it. Sandra says, well, y'all haven't even seen the finished project yet. Y'all wait, y'all wait, because it's about to get so freaking cool. Oh, I'm so excited for this. All right, and let's see here. What I want to do, actually, let's go ahead and open up the coasters. This also came from Artist Spray. Let's see. All right, so here are the coasters right here. Hopefully, let me see, move this out of the way real quick. And there we go. Thank you so much, Agata. And then let me grab my little cutting mat. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat press off, open that up. And for something like this, all I'm really going to do is just take our coaster. Let's just kind of position it over like the area of this that I wanted to, like the colors that I want to get in. All right, let's do that. And let me just go in here with like an X-Acto knife. And from there we go. Let me grab some heat tape. This is from Caesar. And then just basically just tape this down around the sides. Just like so. Again, if y'all have any questions, be sure to let me know and I'll go through and answer as many as I'm capable of answering. There we go. So that is now taped down to that coaster. We'll move my shirt out of the way and we'll do like a grand reveal on both the coaster and the t-shirt at the same time, because why not? And let's see, let's go ahead and move this back in. All right, so there is our heat press. Let me grab a new sheet of butcher paper. We will replace out this old one. And with this, I'm just basically going to go in here and like kind of make it like a coaster sandwich. So basically just taking this, sticking it into the middle of the butcher paper and folding it over. Then we'll go in here and just stick it onto the heat press. Hopefully y'all can see all that on camera. And then we'll press this at that 400 degrees for like 60 seconds. All right, so while that's counting down, let's see. Can sublimation be done on any old mug or ceramic? Or do you have to have a specific product? Elizabeth, that is a great question. Thanks so much for asking it, because with the products you actually sublimate on, it does need to have a special coating. It needs to have a special surface. So it needs to have like a higher poly style coating, like a polyester coating to it, whether that be like a polyester fiber, like a polyester material, or like a poly-like coating on a hard surface. So it does need to be specific. You can't just put it on just anything willy-nilly, unfortunately. There are some items out there that you can get from like Dollar Tree or, honestly, quite a few different places that does have that in there already, like that coating on there naturally already, and that you can sublimate on. However, you could also just go and purchase sublimation blanks as well. All right, so there is that. This is all pressed. There is our coaster. Let me turn on this heat press before I actually burn myself. And will that paint come off your mat? Yes, it will, Vicky. ask me because like I already know. I've already done it. I've already made a mess. Believe me, I've already been down that road within the last 24 hours. Awesome. All right, so let's see. Could you water this paint down and put it in spray bottles? Emily, are you psychic, Emily? I need to know. Are you psychic? Because that is literally a video that I'm wanting to do very soon. I was actually talking to Crystal about doing that. I am all about it. I definitely want to try it. I have not tested it yet, so I don't know. But I think it should be possible. I think it should. Let's see. Let's go ahead and unveil this. Let's just go in here and remove it like so. All right. So, y'all, how freaking cute is this? How freaking cute is that? Y'all, like, I mean, come on. Be kind. Like, that's so cute. Like, I like it, but I mean, I like it. Oh, I love that so much. Can you cover it with polyacrylic? Some people have done polyacrylic. That's another story for another day. Let's see. Did it bleed to the back of the shirt? Yes, a little bit, which I was wanting. Not as much as I was wanting, but it still bled through just a little bit. So, I mean, I could always go back in there and add more if I wanted to. I was wanting just like a full-blown, I was wanting like a very colorful explosion. I wanted it to look like a unicorn literally blew up, okay? That's what I wanted the shirt to look like. Oh, yes, Carrie. Carrie says an explosion of color and kindness. Yes, perfectly said. Perfectly said. All right. Looks amazing, Dee says. Well, look at those colors. I know, Betty. Aren't they amazing? That's what I'm saying. These are not like, this is not a, I can't. Did anybody catch what I did? Did anybody catch that? I need to know. This is why I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm dead. I literally tried. I sublimated it onto the wrong side. I put it on the wrong side. Y'all, this is literally only something I would do. This is what I get. This is what I get for trying to talk and chew gum at the same time. I swear. And for those who may not know that saying, it just means like trying to do two things at once. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Y'all, bear with me. They're probably going to kill me over at Design Bundles. They're probably like planning out like my funeral right now. But I'm going to try this again. Let's roll with it. Let's just see if it happens. Let's see if it works. This will be a scientific experiment for all of us. How about that? Katie says that they're sending me some double mints to practice. Lord, I don't know if that'll help me or not. No, let's not reuse that. Let me just go ahead and make a new cut real quick. All right. So let me just cut this out. It's not going to be as colorful as I want it, but that's all right. And this will only take like a quick minute, or should. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, I think this will work. It's not going to be perfect. No, it's not going to be perfect, but I think it'll work. All right, let's just roll with this. If y'all want to see it, let's roll. All right, so Monica says it makes me human. It makes me a klutz, Monica. That's what it makes me. Oh, man. I love talking and chatting with y'all, and I get carried away every single time. And something like this usually happens, but I'm okay with that. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this back up. I have it on the right side now. I'm going to throw it back in here. And then also, last chance, y'all, get in the entries. Get in the entries for the giveaway. Hashtag love. Hashtag love. Christine says, love that we all make boo-boos. Christine, some of us more than others. I'm kind of the king of them. So let's go ahead and press this down for 60 seconds at 400 degrees or close to 400. I'm going for it, Don. Don says success often comes through mistakes. Go for it. Let's just roll with it. We're going to do it. We're going to make some things happen. And it's going to be fun doing it. I love Michael as he has the willingness to call himself out on something where most people wouldn't. We love you, Michael. Hot Mess Express and all. Thank you, Delady. Thank you. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, especially, have y'all ever been in situations where you're trying to show someone how to do something like at work or something and like people are watching you and then all of a sudden you have like the thing that you've done like a million times, you have like such a hard time doing because somebody's watching you do it? Imagine that, but like on a much larger scale, people staring like at your every move. It could be a little intimidating. But let's be real. Most of this is just because I'm super ADD. I mean, I'll own it. This is real life, says Christy. It really is, Christy. It really freaking is. All right, so let's roll with this. I'm gonna grab a little weeding tool. Yes, Nancy, I agree. I should be wearing heat-resistant gloves. We can switch over to the side angle. And again, this is probably not gonna be perfect, y'all, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what could be possible. And I mean, how freaking cool. I mean, I wish it had more of the colors in there, like it would have had if I had done it right the first time. But still, like that's super, super cool, right? Super, super cool. Like I'm here for it. I mean, I'm going to use it. So, all right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's give something away. Let's do a giveaway. Let's make it. All right, so for those of you who have put in the hashtag love, let's see who wins. So let's go ahead and draw the winner real quick here. And drum roll, please, y'all. Drum roll. And go. Let's see. Brittany Christopher. Yay! Congratulations, Brittany. Be sure to email mail@designbundles.net because we're going to get you hooked up. We're going to get you out a free SVG file, the exact same SVG file that I did today. And hopefully you can go make something very similar on your own as well. I mean, because, how much fun is that? So, again, congratulations, Brittany Christopher. Awesome. So excited. Again, do not forget to email mail@designbundles.net to claim your prize. Y'all, this has been so much fun. So much fun. As much as I miss Crystal, because me and Crystal have become we've become buddies, right? Like we text all the time. We share ideas and inspiration all the time. It's just fun, right? But as much as I miss her, I also just loved actually getting to hang out with y'all. And I was so honored when they asked me if I could fill in for her. I mean, abso-freaking-lutely, I am totally game anytime. And hopefully after this Hot Mess Express, hopefully they'll ask me back. We'll have to wait and see about that one. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all to the freaking moon and back. And until next time, stay crafty.